We met yesterday. Yep, and we showed up. So watched him on film a lot, but
We met yesterday.
yeah.
Alex, can you walk us through the process for you? Because so we all found out 12:01 the tampering period began, so it looked like the Bengals signed you right away. But were you talking to them? Like, did you just find out from your agent right at 12:01? What was the process like for you to find out the Bengals were interested in you and you were coming to Cincinnati?
I let my agent handle the process, so that'd probably be a better question for him. But I knew it was a good place to come to and a place where we're going to be competitive and talented. So that's what I was looking for. And yeah,
Did Tom ever reach out to you when all that stuff was going down on Sunday?
we'll keep my conversations with Tom private. But I really enjoyed my time with Tom, and I'm super excited to start here.
What's that like to watch that? I mean, you're probably thinking, okay, I think we know what we're going to do. What is that like to see that bombshell happen right before free agency starts?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it. I thought he was retiring, but I don't know. Maybe somebody had the inside scoop, but not me.
How big a deal was it in the early stages of your career to be exposed to an offensive line coach as great as the ones that you were exposed to with the Patriots? How much did that help you?
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to my career to Dante Scarnecchia. Had a first 4 years of my career under his tutelage and got a lot better. And now excited to work with Coach Pollock.
Alex, what do you think?
Go ahead.
What do you think's been the key for you to be able to sustain the durability that you've had throughout your career? I know that's a big thing that this team is excited about is basically how much you've been able to play and how durable you are.
I think it's just work ethic and preparation, making sure your body's well prepared, and then it definitely takes some luck too. I mean, everybody's gonna get, knock on wood, injured at some point, but I mean, it takes some luck and just taking care of your body, really.
Coach said you were playing center. You played all three spots. How comfortable you are at center, and what do you think is the biggest? What do you think is the biggest challenge you have at center?
Well, I think I'm a vocal guy. I understand, will understand this offense. I love learning a new language. It's going to be a new challenge, a fun challenge coming up here. For my third offense that I've learned in the National Football League. But, center is a very unique position. Obviously, you have to handle the ball and block your guy, and very excited for the challenge that it poses this upcoming season.
Alex, have you always had a high pain tolerance when you play with a broken arm and try to play with a broken leg? What's up, man?
I don't know. I don't really overthink it. I just someone described it to me as like, and this is how I feel also, that when you're out there playing O-line, there's no one coming to get you, and so you got to figure out a way to get it done and kind of deal with the consequences after, I guess, sometimes.
Talk us through the I want to play with a broken leg story. I mean, how that came about.
Well, I wasn't aware at the time that it was broken, but I thought I just got rolled up on my ankle, and I went in at halftime to get it taped. Everyone's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." I mean, I don't know, my ankle's taped now, so I think I'm good. And I went out there and I was not good, so I gave it the best shot, but I didn't get it done.
Ted, obviously, when you look at joining a franchise where there's a lot of conversation about being able to protect better than it did last year, what's that like knowing that that's what the expectation is going to be, that the blocking must be better than it was the last couple of years?
Well, this is a performance-based league, and obviously this is a great opportunity that I jumped on right away to help a team that obviously has had some success. But like you said, expectations need to be higher at this position. So, going to work our hardest to get the job done and hopefully might make life easy for our QB.
Same question to you, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, the expectations are always high, so it's not really what is about what has happened or what's going to happen. The expectations are always going to be high, so that's how you want it.
Either or both. How big was the Joe Burrow factor in your decision?
I think you just want to go to a team that's going to be competitive and going to be good, and I think we see that here. It's a very talented team, so we're excited to get to work, and obviously Joe's a big part of that.
Ted, what's your thought on that?
Yeah, and obviously, the quarterback is the most important position in sports, and there's a really good one here, and really excited to work with them and be teammates and friends, and ultimately, perform well to have victories on Sunday is our goal.
When did you guys first meet Joe, talk to Joe, and what's your first impressions?
Joe texted me a couple days ago after everything came out, and he seems great. I was very excited. We had dinner last night, had the Burrow steak, pretty good. And yeah, he seems great. We're excited to get to work.
Yeah, same exact scenario. Joe reached out and met him last night. Very excited to get to work. I also had the steak Burrow, so it was good.
Who would be a mentor besides your line instrumental in your development, and you guys are still in the prime of your career. Is there any player or players that you would say were mentors in your development? Teammates?
You want to start it?
I'll start. I would say Matthew Slater of New England, just as a try to emulate him, not only as how he handled himself as a professional and a player, obviously performed at the highest level as a special teams player has ever performed, but as a man and a father, the example that he provided, and I could list a number of teammates that I've had, but if I had to single out one, it'd be Matthew Slater.
Yeah, there's been a bunch, but I'll give a shout out to DeMar Dotson, if you remember, a long-time Buccaneer. He played right tackle when I first started at guard over there. So that was great when I was first starting to play with somebody who had a bunch of experience. So
You guys looking forward to being mentors to your teammates?
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm just excited to get to know everybody and start building some relationships for sure.
Go, you go ahead. Oh, you, sir, you.
I'm just curious, have you ever ordered a menu item named after a guy you're sitting with?
I've not. I warned him too. I was like, dude, I'm not like trying to be weird or anything. But it just looks good. So yeah.
What was that like? When you're going into your first significant meeting with your quarterback? Question both you guys. What's that like, and what are you kind of wanting to know or looking to know in that first interaction where you're going to get a lot of time with him?
Well, I think that you want to make a good first impression. I thought we had a great time at dinner. Talked a little ball, talked just about life, and looking forward to continuing that relationship. My favorite part of being on the team is being on the team, being to know the guys and the relationships that you build, and everyone has a singular goal, which is rare in any industry. So it's very unique, and my favorite part of playing football.
I think just getting to know him really and asking him about what the culture's like around here, how the building operates, all that kind of stuff. But you got to get to know people at first, so that's what it's all about.
So what point did you, was it during your college career? Obviously your path is a little bit different than some people's. What point did you think being a starting right guard in the NFL was going to be a possibility for you?
Yeah, I think so. The only other guy in recent history who's played in the NFL from Humboldt was Taylor Boggs, and he was an offensive lineman. And he told me like my sophomore year at Humboldt, he was like something along the lines of, "If you don't think you're going to play in the NFL, just jump off of this balcony, dude." So that kind of told me to get my mind right. So that gave me a lot of confidence, and he was a good mentor for me also.
Ted, obviously you've been around winners in that New England locker room, and there's a lot of talk around here about how much everybody loves being around one another here in this locker room. And I'm curious, why is that such a big deal, and what do you think you're going to bring here?
Well, I think the culture of any organization, contributes to its success or its failure. I moved around a lot as a kid. I was a new kid a lot, and yesterday, as first day of school go, it was my most comfortable ever. So I'm very excited to be here. I can't wait for spring to start so that we can, start getting to know everyone. I think I'm just going to bring, hard work and a lot of determination. I really care, and care about my teammates. Hopefully, get together and have a lot of fun. And being victorious is fun in this league, so that's the ultimate goal.
Ted, you always moved around, or did you move around when Dante started to, when you got to Dante? Had you always been in one spot, or had you always kind of moved around even before you got to New England?
No, I was right guard in college for most of my college career, and when I got to New England, my role was to be able to play at any of the three interior positions.
What was the hardest thing about center, playing center?
The responsibility of the ball and the calls, and how everyone's, if you don't get it right, then we're all wrong. So center has to be right.
Obviously, you're part of a team that just won the Super Bowl recently. What's it like kind of carrying that experience in, and kind of what are you hoping to kind of rub off on a team that was just in that situation?
Yeah, I think before you can do any of that, I think you really got to get to know the guys. So I feel a little weird like talking about it before I know everybody, but a big part of it is just being on the same page and communicating. So building relationships is huge for that, so that you can always be on the same page, always working together. I think that's one of the biggest things you can do.
Did your impression of the Bengals as an organization change last year as they made their run in the Super Bowl? Did you view them differently?
Yeah, I think winning changes a lot. It changes how everybody feels. It changes how people view you. And like Ted said, that's why we're all here. So that changes everything.
Having played with Brady, I mean, getting to, have you, even the limited conversations you have with Burrow, I mean, do you see any similarities between both of those guys? It's a comparison sometimes people do enjoy making.
I mean, we got to spend more time together, but obviously they're both great players, and everybody speaks very highly of Joe. So I'm excited to spend more time with him and work together.
You guys experienced Super Bowl victory, and then the season after, the challenges of, quote, running it back like everybody talks about. How big is that mindset that you have and the pitfalls that you may face and what you have to do to try to run it back as such?
Well, I think everybody talks like even how we are in here right now, like it's just going to happen again, and that's not the case. It takes a lot of work. So that's the biggest thing is just how much work goes into it.
When was the last time you guys were sitting at a podium doing an interview? Usually offensive linemen don't get to the podium.
I had one or two this past year, but it's great to see everyone, and be able to talk to you guys face to face. I hope that we can learn your names. Obviously, it's been a weird couple years, so I'm glad we're getting back to normal and can kind of have it's been hard to build a relationship with the media the past few years, so I'm looking forward to this.
How did you guys get your steaks cooked?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Is that appropriate? Right. I'm new to the Midwest, so I don't know if that's like...
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Looking forward to working with you.